Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? Happy New Year. Happy 2020. Roaring 20s, as we call it.
Perfect vision.
Yes.
How's everyone doing today? Give us a comment and let us know how you are.
Hope you had a good holiday. You had friends and family. Maybe lots of friends and family. Maybe lots of friends and family.
Or you might be like me and not really any friends or family.
Either way.
It was nice.
It was
Let me
nice.
tell you. That was really non-stressful and great. So happy holidays, everyone. Or Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're just going to kind of give it a few minutes for everyone to jump on. But while we do that, I'm Kelli Higgins, and I'm with Darin Stephens today, and we are with the group Stone & Story Real Estate Group here at Keller Williams One Legacy Partners. We're excited to be here with you guys. We do these videos every Tuesday. We try to get right around 10 o'clock. We kind of think that gives people time to get in their office, get their things done, and then maybe have a little extra time to jump on and watch us.
Yeah.
So we try to bring you information about real estate. We are located here in Topeka, Kansas. I know we have people that watch us from all over, but we try to give you insights to the current real estate market and then also tips for buying and selling your house.
Yep. So we've been on this journey, and to really kind of take a quick snapshot back, we talked about what's the first thing you do when you're ready to buy a house. You got to get pre-approved. That's right. You got to, speak to that lender and make sure that what you feel comfortable with around your payment monthly that you can afford, that's what you qualify for. And a lot of times you may qualify for more, but we want to make sure that you're buying a house that you can live in, you can enjoy, and part of that enjoyment is being able to make the monthly payment each month.
We want you to still be able to live a life that you love and not have to worry about making that monthly payment. So that's really important to us at Stone & Story Real Estate Group. Getting to know you and getting to know your situation and things that you love to do is a part of our process. That will help us help you determine what house is best for you as well.
Yep.
So if you like to go kayaking or something like that, we love to know that stuff because that will, give us insight to, okay, maybe they need a bigger garage or maybe they need a shed in the back, that kind of stuff. So.
Yep. So that's the first thing. Yep. We spent a lot of time talking about that, who to go to, what questions to ask. And, then once you've got that process started, then it's starting to figure out what kind of house do you want? Where do you want to live? What size of house do you want? How many bedrooms do you need? How many garages do you need, spaces? What does the backyard need to look like? Do you need a basement? Are you upsizing because your family has grown? Are you downsizing because there's been a shift in your family? And what are your needs? What is school district important to you? And if it is, making sure that we and or your agent are helping you find that right home for you, and taking all those things into account. And when you've got just yourself, it's what are your needs. But if you've got somebody else that's on this journey with you, then it's about blending the two together to determine what's going to be the best house for you.
Yep. And right now is a great time to be discovering some of these things, especially while it's cold outside. We are just on the verge of the buyer's market starting in the spring. We all know that that's kind of when everybody jumps to buy. Hi, Abby. Good morning.
Hello, Abby.
And so right now, while it's freezing cold out and while you might not be ready to pull the trigger on buying a new house, it's a great time to start discovering these things that you like. Having family conversations around the dinner table or with your partner or just with yourself. Having an honest conversation with yourself is great. But also on these nicer winter days, just driving around different neighborhoods and seeing which ones that you like the most can be very helpful when you are ready to pull the trigger and make an offer or start seriously looking for a house, because that allows us to kind of narrow down your scope of area.
Yep. So then it's just getting out and looking. And, we love to look at houses, and there's great, whether it's in the mornings, whether it's afternoon, after school, after work, just figuring out what's the best time for you to get out and see what you're looking for. It really helps you, not only when you look at pictures online, you're looking at the photos that, have been put up. Sometimes those are really good. Sometimes they can be deceiving.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. We hear that a lot. Oh, the photos are a lot better online. Well, Yes and no. That is kind of our job.
Yep.
But if you wouldn't have gone and looked at the house, you would have never have known if it would have been a great fit for you. So it is important if the criteria matches, but maybe the pictures aren't so pleasing. I would say if it checks all of your boxes, I would maybe still go look at it, even absolutely. If the photos aren't very attractive, because it might be something where it's just bad photos.
Yep.
Unfortunately, there are agents out there that still don't take a lot of pride in their photography, and so they can be a little off from what it looks like in person.
Yeah, there's been so many times we've been out, and the buyers have said, wow, these pictures did not do this house justice. It looks so much bigger, so much better in person. So, and a lot of times too, just walking and navigating the house helps you understand how do you want to live, and does that particular floor plan, what you thought you wanted, maybe once you get out and start looking at houses and kind of seeing from room to room, floor to floor, level to level, whatever the case may be, you may find that it's not what you wanted at all, and you need to maybe make a shift. And that's where then we can help you, redirect and look for different houses that may be a better fit for you.
Exactly. I just had a great example of this the other day. I had a couple that I was showing a few houses to, and they really thought that they just needed one main bedroom or one master on the main, and that's all we looked at. And then in the end, after 3 or 4 houses, they're like, I just think we need another bedroom on the main floor.
Yeah.
One of the parents had a hard time with stairs, and so they just thought, if they ever come to visit or want to stay the night, we want to be able to have the option for them to be on the main floor. And so we kind of pivoted and started looking at other options. So that is a great example of someone that thought they knew what they wanted, but once we got going, they decided to kind of change their direction.
Yep. So, it really behooves you to get out and look, and that's what we're here for. We obviously love to look at houses and help you. And so please, now's the perfect time. Holidays are over. All that time is behind you. Now's the time to really get serious, because those houses that are out there now need to be sold. They're looking for you, and you're looking for them. So now's the perfect time to do that. If you're looking to, on the listing side, if you're looking to list and considering, well, when do I do it? Now's the perfect time, again, because there are so many buyers that are out there looking that we have a shortage of houses. It is a great opportunity. Get ahead of the market. People often say, well, I'm going to wait until spring. What happens if you wait until spring? You're competing against all the other people who have that same mindset.
Yep.
Get ahead of the curve. Come out now so that you've got that opportunity to capture the larger buyer pool and less houses on the market.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Yep.
And just a reminder, if you guys want to see the videos that we did previously that goes a lot more in depth on each one of these topics, feel free just to jump onto our Facebook page and go under our videos, and you'll be able to see all the other videos that we've done. Today we are just briefly touching on the different topics that we've covered so far. If you want more in depth, that's where you're going to go to find those.
Yeah.
So the next video that we did in 2019, last decade, funny to say,
exactly.
Was about inspections and writing that offer and what inspections to have and who to have do it. This is one that I think we were able to go really in depth with in our video, and it'll be hard to just kind of touch base on some of it, but we highly recommend inspections. If I have a buyer come to me and say they don't want any inspections, I try to dig pretty deep with that buyer and figure out what it is that makes them think they don't need an inspection. I would probably never advise a client to just go in without any inspections, with an exception of very few.
Yep, you never know. You can look at a house, you can walk through it, you can spend time in it, and on the surface, it seems fine.
Yep.
But there are things that are buried deep underneath, sewers for one.
That's very true.
We have 3 contracts right now that we're working on, and all 3 need sewer replacements. Yeah. So that is a big topic, and again, each one of them, it is $3,000 to $5,000 for you to replace that sewer.
Same thing with a cracked heat exchanger on a furnace.
Yes.
That's not something that's visible to the eye. You can't see that. Your CO2 will be high or whatever, and that is what an inspection is for, is to catch those things.
Yeah.
For one thing, that can be very dangerous.
Yep.
And it could also cause your heater just to stop working. So we recommend having inspections. When you write that contract, you get to choose what inspections that you want to have done. And we always give you a plethora of people to choose from. Or if you know someone that you want to do the inspection yourself, that's where you get to choose that. So,
yeah. So there's a whole strategy behind, when you're putting your offer together and asking for what inspections that you're going to do to make sure that you're covered and protected. And that's what we're here for, is to help you walk through that strategy to make sure that you've got all of your bases covered and that you're prepared when you do receive all the results, what you need to do in next steps.
Yep.
Yeah.
I also always say, as a seller, I think sometimes it can be a little offensive when buyers ask for certain things to be fixed, or they can get a little upset when they get those. And I always say, it's really important to remember that you want to give someone else the house the same way you would want to receive it.
Yeah.
And so...
Put yourself in their shoes.
Yeah, it can be emotional.
Yeah,
so.
And you're absolutely right. Take the emotion out of it. Yeah. You've loved the house, you've enjoyed the house, and you want to turn it over to someone who can love it and enjoy it just as much as you did. Yeah. And you as the seller, you want to make sure that you're doing that in the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so back to kind of what the current market that we're seeing is obviously, this has kind of been our issue for the past year to year and a half. It's just low inventory.
Yeah.
So if you think that your house could maybe sell quickly or interested in selling it, please contact us anytime. Hi, Jordan. Thanks for jumping on.
Hi, Jordan. Thanks.
Contact us anytime. We are more than happy to come out and just take a look at it. No obligation or anything. We can put together a CMA for you and let you know what we think that your house is worth in this current market.
Yep. And, like I said earlier, now's the best time to do that. Get ahead of everybody else. Don't do it like everybody else. Set yourself apart. And by setting yourself apart, getting ahead of the curve, you're going to benefit as a seller and a buyer, because the two can come together at this time of year, and it's a win-win for everybody.
And also, if you feel like your home might have a few repairs, now again is a great time to do that, because then you still have time to get a few of those repairs done before hitting the market in the spring. And I have to be really honest, I see the market, the spring market, differentiate based off of weather. The last 2 Februaries have been really very cold and kind of yucky, and it has kind of delayed our spring market a little bit. But then the 2 years before that, we had really warm Februaries, and so that spring market actually started pretty early in those years. So it's interesting to kind of watch those trends based off of weather.
Yep, and one other thing to keep in mind too, you may think that you've got a laundry list of things that have to be done to your house.
Yes, I see that a lot.
Yeah, and then you're overwhelmed with, I can't put my house on the market because I've got 19 things that I need to do. And when in fact, you may not have 19. You may have 2 or 3. Yeah. Let us come out as the professionals and help you walk through area by area, item by item, and determine whether or not that's something you need to do now or whether that's something that you don't need to do.
Right.
And,
And we will help you determine the things that you're going to get the most bang for your buck. We want you to be doing things to your home that you're going to see a return on, or at least that will help you sell it quicker. Not necessarily things that are more cosmetic that you think will make it look pretty.
Correct.
That's something that we really pride ourselves on, especially with Brian, that helps us with our staging. And maybe instead of painting the whole room or getting new carpet, if we can just rearrange your furniture in a way to make it look bigger, more spacious and bright, then that's what we'll do.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, great. Well, this was a great live. I'm so happy to be back with you guys.
Me
back
too.
On track.
Yes.
I love a good schedule, so I'm excited to kind of be back. Next week, we are going to start back with our series of the home buying process. This week we just kind of did a recap, but next week we're going to dive into the appraisal. There's a lot of different aspects of an appraisal that people might not see. We do a lot of things behind the scenes that people don't realize that we do, and appraisal is one of them. Whether it comes back good or bad, or how we can get over that kind of last hurdle of the process can be a very strategic process. So we will be diving into that next week with you guys. It will be again Tuesday at 10 o'clock. So I hope you guys can come back and watch us then.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great week.
Thanks, guys.
Everyone take care, and we'll talk to you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye. See ya.